Now, I know what a GS worker is, but what exactly is a GG if it's not Gucci? Hello, I'm Lisa, and today we are definitely going to talk about the differences between a GS worker and a GG worker, and I can assure you it doesn't stand for Gucci. If you are still on the fence and weighing your options for employment with the federal government, I hope that you can take this video and just get off the fence. Jump, come on over. Joining me with the Federal Civil Service can be a great way to serve your country, whether it's for the first time or if your prior service and putting your boots back on in another capacity. Without a doubt, when you work for the federal government, most particularly the Department of Defense, your understanding of patriotism will increase. So no matter if you've just come out the military uniform or right out of your flip-flops from college, this process is far from being quick. There is no boop lightning round button, but it can be easier. That's my job. There are a few nuances to consider before you start applying for positions in the civil service, and we're going to talk about those. Today, we're going to discuss a few of the basic terms. General Schedule, GS, employees account for the majority of positions in the U.S. Civil Service federal agencies. And next, GG, General Grade, are used to denote Department of Defense intelligence positions. GS and GG use identical pay scales that are separated from 15 pay grades from GS 1 through 15. Each grades are separated by steps. The higher the grade and step, the higher the pay. Now, fair warning, most GS positions are competitive service, while almost none of the GG positions are. GG are expected service, and you should understand the differences between the two. A viewer wrote me a few weeks back, maybe even months, and he insisted that cybersecurity jobs were GG positions only and not GS. Despite the fact in my Cybersecurity Work Wednesday, I provided you with actual positions that were GS. Now, my husband works as a budget analyst and he is a GG. The classification is assigned to the competition from which the candidates are hired. Simply said, traditional or non-traditional. I am a GS 12, Step 6. Hiring authorities are responsible for both traditional competitive examining as well as expedited procedures. The competitive service simply means applicants for jobs must compete with other applicants in open competition under the merit system administered by the Office of Personnel Management. Unlike applicants in the expected service and senior executive service. Expected service, non-traditional, is where several hiring authorities, which I've covered here on Easy Federal Resumes and more, come into play. Authorities such as Schedule A and direct hiring authorities for Veterans Employment Opportunities Act. The expedited service is part of the United States Federal Civil Service that is not a part of the competitive service or the Senior Service Executive Act. It provides a streamlined hiring process to be used under certain circumstances. The Office of Personnel Management provides accepted service hiring authorities to fill jobs or fill any job in unusual circumstances under Schedule A, which we've talked about, B, C, or D. These expected service authorities enable agencies to hire when it is not feasible, not practical, to use traditional competitive hiring procedures. And as I said, it streamlines for them and for you too if you have that authority. I'm definitely on my grind here for you, so please help me out too and hit that boop button so that you can let the algorithm know that I'm reaching you. Which is why the focus is to get your foot in the door, to be hired by any means necessary and all means necessary. And that's with your resume. Subscribing to Easy Federal Resume and starting through that with that tutorial from the beginning to the end. Now, smart people, once you get your interview, even if it's not your sweet spot pay grade. Remember, the goal is to get in. You can, just like in the civilian world, negotiate somewhat with your pay grade. While you can't negotiate up a pay grade, now I'm sorry to break that to you because I'm sure there's some big dogs out there that think they're going to negotiate a 13 and 15. No. You can have or demonstrate exceptional qualifications that exceed the minimal qualifications for the position and negotiate steps, 1, 2, or maybe even 3 above in the salary for which the grade you've been assigned. Just ask. You may even be able to negotiate for more leave time by simply asking for advanced leave accrual. In other words, instead of receiving 4 hours of leave per paycheck, you could maybe negotiate 6 hours of leave per paycheck, which typically would not be achieved till after a period of years of service in the federal government. For those of you who are or were in the military, the time I served in the Army went towards my time in service for the federal government. Therefore, when I began working for the federal government, I received 6 hours of paid leave per pay. And just to top off that sweetness, the U.S. government provides up to a 5% match towards your thrift saving plan. The federal government hires people every day across the country and the world. Be patient and keep your options open. I want you to check out this video where I talk about other benefits of working for the government. See you next time, smart people. Bye-bye.